Yay, we're under contract. Now we're in business, and this is exciting, isn't it? But wait, don't get too excited just yet. We now have to go through the contingency period. So what is a contingency? A contingency in an offer is when a buyer and a seller have an accepted offer, but the final sale is contingent upon certain criteria that must be met. This is when you also see the active contingent status online and in the MLS. So many times people ask, what does this mean when they see that online? So let's break that down. Contingencies typically fall under three major categories: inspection, appraisal, and loan approval. During the contingency period, the buyers have time to have the home looked over, usually by a home inspector, and learn the ins and outs of the property. Sometimes this generates other inspections, like a roof or a furnace. Now, after this, most agents will move that house into the pending status. However, there is still some additional contingencies to clear before the closing table. Next up is the appraisal. This is ordered by the lender. The appraiser will tour the home and give it their value opinion. Then, the lender will work on full loan approval. The purchase agreement is written with these contingencies in place and the time frame on which they are due. Typically, a home inspection period runs between 4 and 10 days, depending upon what is negotiated between the buyer and the seller. Also, during these timeframes, the buyer can back out of the home if they are not happy with what is discovered on those home inspections. The buyer could ask for repairs, however, to be done from the seller, or maybe a credit in the form of a closing cost in lieu of the repairs. We try to avoid a cancellation by negotiating agreeable terms by both parties. Also, for some reason, if the buyer is not able to qualify for the loan, maybe something happened with their employment since they applied. If the home doesn't appraise and the parties cannot agree on a new price, the buyer can also back out. As a seller, you need to understand that if a home does not appraise for the agreed amount, the lender will only loan on the appraised value, not the sale price. If this happens, the buyer either has to come to the table with the difference between the appraised value and the sale price, or we may have to negotiate a new purchase price that is agreed upon between the buyers and the sellers. Most of the time, that is what happens. If you cannot agree upon a new sale price, then that purchase agreement will be canceled. So do not start packing those bags until all the contingencies have been removed. For more real estate advice, give me a call. I'm Amy Graffenstein with RE/MAX Results, and I'm dedicated to results even beyond the closing table.